to the Global Impact Podcast. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and today we are diving deep into a series of important topics about mental wellness. We'll bring in that educational angle as if you had a mental health coach and a psychiatrist right here with us. And of course, for more resources, make sure you visit globalimpactwellness.com. Segment 1, MLK, community, and compassion. So let's start by honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A mental health professional might emphasize that true mental wellness isn't just about individual healing, it's also about how we cultivate compassion and justice in our communities. Dr. King's legacy teaches us that empathy is a cornerstone of collective healing. So today, think about how you can weave compassion into your daily life and community connections. And for more of community-based healing, of course, head to globalimpactwellness.com. Segment 2, rebuilding emotional strength. So let's talk about rebuilding that emotional strength of yours. A psychiatrist will tell you that resilience is about recognizing what rebuilds you and not just punching through. A mental health coach might add that small daily practices, if you will, like mindfulness or gentle self-care, can gradually strengthen your emotional foundation. So it's not about overnight change, but it's about building sustainable habits. And of course, you can find tools that help your journey at globalimpactwellness.com. Now, let's move on to the idea of Sunday reflection. See, emotional literacy is a key part of mental wellness, and a therapist might say that reflecting on your emotions each week helps you understand them better, and almost like learning a new language of the self. A mental health coach will tell you and suggest using a journal or quiet your moments or mindfulness to check in with yourself. This reflection builds clarity and self-awareness. And if you want to start that routine, of course, you already know, head to globalimpactwellness.com. Let's talk about trauma responses. Sometimes things like people pleasing or perfectionism are actually trauma responses, not personality traits. A psychiatrist explained that the behaviors often develop as a coping mechanism. And the good news is that they can be healed. A mental health coach teaches and guides you through recognizing these patterns and gently shifting them. For trauma-informed support, you already know, make sure that you visit globalimpactwellness.com. Next, healthy coping versus unhealthy coping. So let's talk about exploring some healthy versus unhealthy coping mechanism. Not all coping skills are created equal. A therapist says that some coping methods protect you while others just numb you. A mental health coach will teach and help you identify which habit truly supports you and your well-being and which might be holding you back. Awareness is just the first step to choosing healthier coping strategies. And if you need support in building those skills, find a coach at globalimpactwellness.com. Now, segment 6, International Day of Education and Emotional Literacy. So when we talk about emotional literacy, we're talking about giving yourself and others the tools to name and understand their feelings. Mental health coaches might highlight that emotional literacy is crucial for healthy relationships, communication, and personal growth. But teaching these skills, we're setting a foundation for emotional well-being that lasts a lifetime. For tools and resources on building emotional literacy, find a coach, find a psychiatrist, find a mentor at globalimpactwellness.com. All right, segment 7, when anxiety feels physical. So finally, let's talk about how anxiety can feel physical. Psychiatrist explains that anxiety often shows up in the body, in heart, tight chest, stomach knots. A mental health coach could offer strategies for grounding yourself and listening to those physical signals. It's a reminder that your mind and body are deeply connected. And for support in managing anxiety, you can always find resources at global globalImpactWellness.com. And that's a wrap for today's episode on our deep dive into these crucial topics. Remember, each of these discussions are just simple steps toward greater mental wellness. And for more guidance, resources, and support, don't forget to visit globalimpactwellness.com. Global Impact Wellness, care you can trust. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Are you the type of agency that has clients that you really want them to have that extra support? But in having that extra support, you're worried about paperwork, you're worried about the responsibilities of communication. Well, at Global Impact Wellness Group, you do not have to worry about that because we take all of the paperwork, all of the hassle, all of the communication challenges out of the way. Please, if you have clients, please give us a call.